Okay, so we are live in the Halloween Horror Talk. We're going to talk about Halloween season watch guide. That's what we'll be doing today. And I'm being joined today by Bryan.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Ivan.
Yo.
So it's just going to be the three of us today. But before we get started here, we're going to talk about just some movies or series that are Halloween themed or horror. And we're just going to give some recommendations. We're just going to throw out a bunch of titles. This is just going to be like a nice little relaxing little stream, right, Bryan?
Sure is.
Just a nice little stream. Just talk about, things that we usually watch. Some of us watch them every year or whatever the case might be. I don't know if you guys can hear what I just said, but since I was away from the mic. But just some movies I watch, like some series that we watch every year. Bryan probably has some titles, some recommendations.
Sure
Ivan
do.
has some, or some that's maybe it's not any of you guys' titles, but I'm just gonna throw some in there that I think will be a nice little Halloween themed month. Just some things that sometimes it's October and you're like, what should I watch? What's horror that I could watch? Maybe I haven't seen it. Maybe I forgot about them. This kind of things that we're gonna talk about today. But of course, before we do that. As always do a little Funko Pop giveaway. So I have this new Funko Pop giveaway, and it's a blacklight Oogie Boogie Funko Pop. It is to one Movie Canon subscriber or Instagram follower. If you are both a subscriber and a follower on Instagram, your name will be entered twice. If you refer a friend and they follow this page for the first time or subscribe to this channel, your name will be added for each of the new referrals. So the giveaway will be activated once I receive at least 15 entries. Must have a mailing address within the United States.
Can I win this one?
We'll talk about that. So probably not. All right.
I don't know who that is, but it looks cool.
All right, well, cool. So it is a blacklight Oogie Boogie. You guys voted for the Funko Pop giveaway this time. I put that on Instagram, and I put Dracula. I put what was the other one that I put in there?
I don't know, but Dracula should have been.
Dracula did get a lot of votes, but Oogie Boogie was.
I think I voted for Dracula.
Oh, Chucky was another one. Another one.
Which Chucky?
The one I think the Child's Play 2.
Oh, nice.
So that one was a giveaway, and I'm forgetting the fourth one. There was another one, but anyways, Oogie Boogie's the one that won, so that's gonna be the one there. All right, so let's see here. So let's go back here. All right, so. Again, the details about the Funko Pop giveaway is on Instagram. Also, we'll put some in the description of this video here in just a moment. But if you want to win, those are the instructions there. So let's start with one of you guys, Bryan or Ivan. Or do you think you're ready for your list of movies or series, Bryan?
Of course.
Okay, so what's going to be... Now, we're not ranking any of these. Just this is not a ranking thing, so it's just the title that Bryan's going to throw, and then we'll briefly talk about it and stuff. So, Bryan, what is your title?
Okay. When you told me to come up with a list, I decided to go through all the horror subgenres, and obviously, zombie horror is one of the big ones. And for my zombie movie this year, it's not the best zombie movie. Obviously, I would say 28 Days Later might be one of the best ones, but this is one that I saw a long time ago that I wouldn't mind rewatching because I enjoyed it the first time I watched it. And if you haven't seen it, I would recommend you watch it. It's from 2004. It's Dawn of the Dead with Ving Rhames. I really like him in it. He's Marcellus Wallace from Pulp Fiction.
This is the Zack Snyder movie, right?
I have no idea. Is it?
Yeah, I think it's a Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah, it takes place kind of like in a mall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like this movie, and I kind of want to rewatch it because it's been so long since I've seen it. And again, if you guys haven't seen this movie, I think you guys might like it. It's a fun movie. There's some good horror scenes in it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in years, and actually, I was thinking about rewatching it.
There's some cool scenes in that movie. There's there's like little kids turning into zombies. That's scary, and conflicting if you're the parent and you have to deal with that. There's bloated zombies. There's like a mass of zombies outside of the mall too, where you have some guy across the way, and he's like, I'm not gonna give away too much of it if you haven't seen it.
No, he's just telling us.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Watching it a long time ago, and I think it might still hold up. So that's my zombie movie for this year.
Wait, when was the last time you saw this movie?
I think it was when it came out. I think I've seen it once.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Since it first came out.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I like Ving Rhames, and yeah, I would watch that again.
So you did find this movie to be creepy and scary, or you
For
think
sure.
it's just fun?
It's creepy. There's definitely some creepy scenes. I think it was well done because like you feel like you're there with them at the mall, and you're dealing with all the stuff they're dealing with, and the horde of the zombies are coming, and I thought it was well done. I liked it.
All right. Ivan, do you have any titles already about your list for today, or anything you want to talk about, horror related or Halloween related?
Yeah, Halloween. That's if I can only watch one horror movie during the Halloween season for whatever reason, it's definitely gonna be the original Halloween.
The 1978 version.
Yeah.
Is there any? So there's any other Halloween movie, Michael Myers Halloween movie, that you watch every year? It's just the original, the first one.
I mean, I try to watch as many as I can, but if I could only watch one, definitely this one.
It's gonna be that one. Okay.
Yeah, people say that it's slow, and compared to like movies nowadays,
Yeah.
it could be. But to me, I just enjoy the pacing. To me, it's just I sit down, I watch it, and enjoy it. Even the slow shots where they just show people walking, it's just building up to it, and I really, really enjoy it.
I think the pacing, I mean, it might be slow, but so is the killer, and I think it matches it because he is very methodical in some scenes, like the way he's moving, and so is the movie. And I also noticed that you're wearing the Michael Myers jumpsuit right now. He didn't just get off work. He's not a mechanic. He's actually wearing the...
Yeah, so he's wearing the mechanic Michael Myers outfit. Ivan right here, the real Michael Myers right here. Yeah, like you said, he's not really a mechanic. I'm sure he knows a little bit of cars.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, so Halloween. So that's the movie that you always go to every year.
Yeah.
Have you seen it this year?
This year, no, I haven't. I was waiting to a little bit closer to Halloween ends because I'm gonna rewatch Halloween remake. I mean, not the remake.
Oh, the new trilogy.
Yeah, the new trilogy leading up to Halloween ends. So
okay.
I was just waiting to get a little bit closer. Right now, I've just been enjoying shorts so far.
Okay.
Shorts.
All right. I just recently rewatched Halloween H2O, which I haven't seen in a few years, and I think that actually, I was gonna say that was the first Halloween movie I saw Michael Myers, but it's actually not. It is obviously the original. But I remember when Halloween H2O came out in theaters.
Is that 98?
That was 98.
Okay.
Yeah, well, 20 years. So Halloween H2O, 20 years later.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, I remember really liking that movie. I know we watched it multiple times. So then I went and rewatched the original Halloween movie, and then I went back and watched all the other Halloween movies, which were not that great. And then they released Halloween Resurrection with Tyra Banks, and they killed off Laurie Strode like within the first 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So that was horrible, but yeah. So I like a lot of the Halloween movies or whatever. I do try to watch the original Halloween movie at least once in the year, and obviously will be during October Halloween.
So for your movie collection, do you own? I'm assuming you own Halloween and H2O. Do you own any other ones?
Just the newer ones.
Oh, the newer ones.
You know, the 2018 and Halloween Kills.
So when H2O came out, like on VHS, did you buy like when it first came out, or did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Do you still have it? The VHS?
I want to say maybe somewhere in my mom's box in the garage, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's actually there. Did you guys ever watch H2O?
Of
I'm sorry,
course.
not watch buy it.
Yeah, we had it. We had it. Yeah, we loved that movie growing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still like it a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So then the new Halloween movie is coming out later this month. Actually, in a week.
Yeah, looking
October
forward to that.
14th. It's going to be on Peacock as well, so you can watch it theatrically or on Peacock. So I'm not being sponsored by Peacock or anything, but I'm just saying, a week from today, Halloween ends.
Who is our
Ends.
sponsor for today?
Today is Bryan Cardenas. That's what he's here today, sponsoring us.
Dropping the big bucks for this.
That's right. That's
Alright.
right.
Erm19, he said, "Love 28 Days Later," and that's a way better zombie movie, I think, than.
Oh yeah, I wasn't
No,
picking.
that-
I was
no,
not
no,
picking
yeah,
the
I-
best one.
yeah,
I was
was
just picking which ones I would want to watch right now.
Yeah, the one because I did see Dawn of the Dead recently, like maybe 5.
The original or
No, the
2004 one?
Yeah.
2004.
yeah, I did see. I showed it to Jessica like maybe like 5 years ago, and
That's not recently.
more than 2004.
I mean, yes.
Well, compared to you said
Yes.
you watched that in 2004.
Yeah.
So what was the consensus there?
Oh, it just feels super like
Dated?
It was made in the 2000s.
Oh
It's
no.
dated already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll still watch it.
Yeah. Whereas 28 Days Later, it holds up.
Well, I started off by saying the best zombie movie was 28 Days Later, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
I did start off by saying that, but
Oh.
the one I would pick for just a suggestion for now. Look, if you're gonna complain about that one, all the other ones I'm saying right now, you guys are gonna hate.
I'm not complaining.
Oh,
I'm
no,
thinking-
This is,
Yeah.
This is not a ranking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just ones that are just off the top of my head. Which ones like I would want to watch right now?
Because when you
Yeah.
did say that, I was trying to think of like what is a good zombie movie that I
Mhm.
really enjoy.
There's a handful of other ones that are
But
really better.
I meant modern. And 2000s is modern, pretty much compared to like 70s. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I was trying to think of, and I was thinking Dawn of the Dead. I guess what is up there.
Yeah.
with
Especially
that.
because I haven't seen it since it came out, so maybe.
Yeah, so right now it's just kind of like some of the movies that maybe we plan on watching this year.
Yeah, I kind of want to
Yeah.
rewatch that
A
movie.
series that you recently liked or something in the last year or two that's like, oh, maybe I'm probably going to watch it now during the Halloween season. That's kind of what this was all about. So this is not like a...
Yeah, I didn't
horror
want to go with
movies.
the obvious.
Mhm.
Yeah, that too, because everyone's going to say the same typical,
Yeah.
you know...
Halloween.
Okay.
That is a must.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's something
For
they have
sure,
to, not just because it's named after the holiday or Halloween, whatever. But
It's
yeah,
a
I get that.
staple, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure somebody has. Nah, never mind. I won't mention it yet because it might come up. So never
Okay,
mind,
okay.
never mind.
But at the end, if nobody mentions it, bring it up.
I'm sure somebody will.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so this is my pick. This is not necessarily something that I watch every year, but this is something that I do want to watch at least during Halloween time or whatever. And this, of course, Psycho, the original Psycho, 1960. I was going to say something else.
Norman Bates.
No. Alfred Hitchcock. That's
Oh,
what I was trying to
Hitchcock,
say. Alfred
yeah.
Hitchcock. I think this movie. I mean, if you haven't seen this movie yet, it's been out for decades, and you just haven't. Not even the 1998 version. You have to watch this movie. You have to watch Psycho. Especially, like I said, if you haven't seen it and if you don't know anything about it, just maybe some little scenes that you might have seen, like the shower scene or whatever. Definitely watch this. It's in one of the streamers or streaming services. I don't know which one because they keep changing them up. I think it might be on Peacock. Again, I'm not being sponsored by Peacock, but I think it might be on Peacock because it's a Universal title, Universal movie. The weird thing about this movie is that I actually didn't watch the 1960 version first. I watched this one, the 1998 version with Vince Vaughn and the late. Oh shit! Anne Hesh. Because she just recently died, but yeah, so she played Marion Crane. So this actually watched this movie first, and I liked that one, and it's like, well, if I didn't have any exposure to the original, I mean, I'm gonna like the story, because it's like basically the same exact movie.
Shot for shot remake.
Exactly. But then when I rewatched, or not rewatched, but I actually watched the original, and I was like, okay, so it's exactly the same. So obviously this is the one that you watch, the original Psycho. Now, later on, years later, I found out that they made sequels, Psycho 2, Psycho 3, Psycho 4.
Sort of, right?
I think the TV show is pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe one of them is. I haven't seen them, and it's like one of the few titles that's like I'm not interested in really watching them because I know they're gonna be
Money grabs.
like lower quality.
Yeah.
Even though it has the main actor, I think Anthony Perkins, I believe.
Yeah.
I think he's in all of them, from my understanding, but I still haven't seen him just because I want to stay with that Psycho originalness, even though I did see the remake, but I did watch it first. So Psycho is a movie that you must watch. It's a good Halloween, or just in general. I think Psycho is one of my favorite films ever. Wouldn't say top 3, but definitely maybe top 10 or something. Best directed horror movie, at least one of them. Maybe up there with The Exorcist and so on. But yeah, Psycho. So, do you guys have any thoughts on Psycho at all?
Yeah, well, it's a movie that, like it's still good. Like, you can still watch it now, and you can still see why they call him the master of suspense. I don't know where it's streaming, but you should, like, if you're gonna rent it, it might be a couple bucks more to just actually buy the movie, and you're not gonna regret it because you want to watch it again and again and again. Like we all have. We've seen it like a few times, I'm sure. Each one of us. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen the original Psycho in theaters?
No, I haven't.
So 2 years ago, when we're doing with the pandemic, you know how they're re-releasing a lot of those movies that were been out for years or decades.
Mm-hmm.
So they released Psycho at the AMC, locally here. So we went and saw it, and that was my first time seeing that one in theaters. So I've seen both Psychos, the original and the remake.
I haven't seen the remake. I don't think I've seen the remake, but
okay, yeah. So that one's on Peacock too. So that's Psycho. Always liked the character. I think it's cool looking. Cool
I actually thought about adding this one to my list. I didn't. I want to add like an old movie to my list, but I didn't. But I love a lot of Hitchcock movies, like The Birds. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like Rear Window and stuff like that. They're all really good, but in terms of like Halloween horror movies, this is really good. From beginning, the way it builds up, you get to know the characters intimately, and things start coming at you from like left field, and all the way to the end, like the last scene. Like it's all really, really good.
Yeah, I actually like to watch this movie in the summer, August, like preferably around that time. It's like the appetizer for like everything else that comes afterwards. You know what I mean? Like it's not very bloody. It's what? There's only like one blood. No, there's more. There's
actually, like 2.
Yeah, there's 2 scenes with blood. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one to get started. So like I recommend you watch this one early on if you're planning on making like a movie schedule of like Halloween movies or horror movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do this one earlier on.
All right. I'm gonna move on to something else, but if you guys saw the titles, okay. I'll get to you guys in a bit.
Yeah.
The other thing here is that something that I absolutely watch every year is the Simpsons Treehouse of Terror. It's Terror, right?
Horror or terror? Terror, right?
I think it's Terror.
Yeah.
Treehouse of Terror. So it's the Halloween specials for the Simpsons. I always watch at least the first 10 seasons or something. Yeah, because later on, just in general, the Simpsons quality goes down to hell.
Yeah, they just become into like pop culture, like scary movies where they do things that aren't even horror movies.
Right. Yeah. So they just put a bunch of random ass shit. Later on in the years, they put Harry Potter, which is not really Halloween. No, it's not. But I mean, it's great. I like seeing it every year. It started with season 2, and then we get all the way until now. But I think I stopped at season 11. I think last year I actually tried to watch some of the newer ones, like season 13, season 14. I was like, no, they're just not good.
It gets a little ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just like there's just a lot of there's like little shorts, right? There's like 3 in one episode and there's a lot of them that I like. Like I like the Ned Flanders one as the devil. I like the Dracula, Mr. Burns.
When they come back to life, like the zombie ones too.
Right,
that
right.
was a really. There's so many good ones.
Right, when they do the Evil Dead or whatever.
Like literally, if you watch any of the earlier ones, like you said, first through 10th season,
Yeah.
you're gonna like them for sure, and they're fun to watch. They're definitely just, even if you have it on the background, you have like a Halloween like get together, put them on the background. You can't like go wrong with that.
Yeah, and then I remember this one part in Treehouse of Terror with that Evil Dead one with the zombies. And Homer has a shotgun and then he shoots Flanders.
That's one of the best.
And then
scenes.
Barcella.
You killed zombie Flanders.
Yeah, he was like, he was a zombie. Like, the first time I saw that episode, I was fucking laughing my ass off.
I still laugh at it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very Halloweeny, obviously, and it's funny. So it's like perfect. Let me just watch this like in the background or just watch it.
They can get pretty dark though.
Oh yeah,
they can get pretty dark.
Yeah, they get pretty dark.
Yeah.
Like some of the openings of the Halloween Treehouse of Terror, they have like you have Marge that walks in and the curtains in the background. It's just kind of like warning you, and it looks like old Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
And even that's kind of like a little creepy vibe going on there.
Yeah, because it's a super lighthearted show, and then they get dark too.
Yeah, and it starts getting more violence like each year or each Halloween special, and then we have the Shining one, which is pretty cool.
Oh, the
too.
Shining one, that was great. Yeah.
Yeah, like that one too. There's a lot of them, but it's only up to like the first 10 seasons, maybe 9 seasons.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's noticed it, but like the producers, all like the credits, like they changed everybody's name to make it kind of creepy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
I like
right.
that.
Yeah, I like that. Ivan, did you have any titles that you wanted to talk about right now?
Oh, you're talking about Treehouse of Terror,
or just in general, if you want to continue this or something brand new.
Yeah, not right now, not yet. I'm still thinking about it actually.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you said Halloween earlier. I actually have a slasher also. I was debating on. I knew the genre I was going to go with for sure, but I was debating on which one to go with. I was either going to go with one or two. And for my slasher movie, I'm going with Scream 2.
Now, why specifically Scream 2 compared to the first one?
Because I think I've seen the first one so many times and pretty recently, where the second one is also like really good, and I haven't seen it that often where I could just like I kind of want to watch it now. Like if you haven't seen it, maybe watch the first one, obviously, but if you've seen all those movies, Scream 2 is always a good one to just go back to watch, and like it's enjoyable. It's not a scary movie, but it is a slasher. It fits the season, obviously.
Yeah, I like Scream 2. I go back and forth if I like the first one more or the second one.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cool scenes in Scream 2 that I like. I like the Sarah Michelle Gellar scene. I like the opening scene with the theater when they're at the stab screening. And there's the Randy scene. If you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to spoil it. The Randy scene. Yeah, there's just a lot of cool scenes, and then the whole thing with the camera. You know how they go upstairs into the sound room, I think, or something like that, and then they show that the killer was recording them.
Yeah.
And then you get like little hints as to
that was a good scene.
who was recording, because there was a scene earlier, and if you go back, you can see the character, the killer, with the camera.
It's kind of like
now that you know who the killer is, so little things like that.
It's kind of like breaking the third wall too, because it's like it shows you how movies are made, the sound rooms and everything, how it's completely quiet. Somebody's getting killed behind like the glass and everything. You can't hear anything. Yeah, I really like that movie.
Yeah, so Ghostface is a cool horror icon now.
For sure. Because it could be anyone. It could be anybody. You don't know who it is.
Yeah, and then the main actor for the main Ghostface killer, I would say the original.
Oh,
the actor Skeet Ulrich, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's going to be in one of the cons next year.
Oh,
Creepy
cool.
Con and Dylan Empire.
Oh,
Not
cool.
being sponsored by Creepy Con. So he'll be there, so I want to get his autograph, get a pop signed by him, hopefully, and then we'll deal with that. Ivan, any thoughts on Scream 2 or Scream in general?
Scream 2, I think, has the weakest killer, and that kind of really ruined it for me. Now, since I've seen it recently.
Okay.
When I first saw it, I thought like, whoa, I didn't expect that. But then I was thinking like, watching it like recently, just kind of takes it away from it. And then the singing scene in the cafeteria, I hate that. Yeah. Whereas Scream, I enjoy every moment of that movie, and then watching Scream 2, like I feel like I have to skip this part, you know. So I would go with Scream. I get why you go with Scream 2.
Because I've seen Scream 1 a lot of times.
Yeah, so much.
Yeah.
And where I can watch Scream 2 now and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about this scene.
Mhm.
Whereas Scream, I know every single scene that's about to happen. So I do like that. I haven't seen like Scream 3. I haven't seen it in a long time. So
I'm a big fan of sequels, and I think this is one of the best sequels like for movies when it came out.
Yeah.
Like growing up watching the first Scream and then go and see Scream 2, I had so much fun watching Scream 2 that when I rewatch it nowadays, I kind of relive it a little bit.
Yes.
Even the cheesy part where the guy's singing,
Yeah.
it's so cheesy, but you know, like it's part of it.
Yeah, Scream 2. I remember I was really scared when I was watching it when I was young. What year did it come out, Gio? 98?
That was in 97.
97? Yeah, I was really scared. Like they made scenes really tense. Like remember when he was just at the red light?
Oh yeah.
When they were like that made me scared of being in red lights.
What about the car accident scene? She has to like get out of the car too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was pretty intense, especially the first time. It was very thrilling, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
A lot of suspense.
Yeah, but then it gets then it makes you feel like annoyed because you're like, why didn't you choke that person while they're passed out?
You can just take
stab him in the eyeball.
Remove the mask at least.
Yeah, remove the mask at least. Yeah, for sure.
And then, are you able to tell nowadays, like after rewatching any of the Scream movies, really, but especially Scream 1 and Scream 2, like now you know who the killer is. Now you can tell, like, oh, that's when Mickey was actually the killer, or that's when Mrs. Loomis was the one who killed that person, or whatever, or the original Billy, like, well, that was Billy, based on what's going on in the scene, or whatever. You guys can tell that now after rewatching it. Like I try to like look that up. Like I try to like see like okay, now that we know that Billy and was it Stu, the friend from the original Scream.
Is that the movie buff guy?
No, the other killer. I try to be like, okay, that's probably him.
Oh, who's doing which kill?
Who's doing which kill?
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
In the first Scream?
In the first Scream or the second one? Because those are the only Scream movies that I rewatch more often. Scream 3, I've watched it maybe like 3 times in general.
Yeah, that was not that good.
Yeah, so Scream 1 and Scream 2, and I did like the newest one, so there's that.
Yeah, me too.
Just one last thing on Scream 2, when I was talking about like, you know, breaking the fourth wall, my bad. That guy that's like a movie buff, and he starts breaking down sequels.
Oh, Randy.
Yeah, I really like that scene too.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but when they were making Scream 2, they were really worried about spoilers because they knew from the get-go people would be trying to figure out already the killer.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they made it where they had like multiple endings where it was different actors playing the killer. I think the roommate, I forgot her name, the one that gets killed like after the car accident, her friend.
I don't remember her name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she was also a killer. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that I feel like that's why it has like the weakest killers, like the mom, and then him, and he was just going like trying to. What was the thing?
The motivations were weak.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with it. But I really do enjoy the movie.
But once you get the reveal, like, oh, it's Mrs. Loomis and it's Mickey. Yeah, it makes sense, I guess. But it's just the trying to use the TV violence or the movie violence as like excuse to causing all these killers or making these killers.
Yeah.
Like that message was kind of weak. So.
Which it was pretty relevant at the time, right? Because that was after.
Yeah, I think that's what the stuff was going on at the time, and so there's that. Bryan, do you have any other titles, or do you have any titles yet? If not, I'll move on to something else.
Yeah, move on to something else.
Okay, so something that I watch every year, and you guys are probably gonna get annoyed by it, is Hocus Pocus.
I'm not gonna get annoyed by that.
Okay,
so that's pretty cool.
I haven't.
I've seen it once.
You haven't seen Hocus Pocus?
No, I was gonna watch it last weekend actually, and
I forgot. We have to watch it. Okay, no, it's probably overhyped to you now. So
no, it's not. It's not overhyped at all.
Okay, well, I mean, I like it because it's Halloweeny, and I love Halloween. It's set in Salem, Massachusetts, obviously. It's just a fun little 90-minute movie. This one I do watch every year. Some Halloween horror movies I watch maybe every other year. But this one I do watch every year. And I actually haven't seen this one yet. So...
The
first one.
Okay.
Yeah, the sequel just came out last week, and I did watch it.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was alright. It was not too bad, considering that it's a direct-to-streaming sequel. Yeah, so it wasn't bad. But the first one, it's like I said, it's very Halloween-y. For some reason, I like a lot of movies or shows or series. I mean, the story has to be decent, but I like a lot of those that is set in Halloween, during Halloween time. So obviously this one's like the ultimate one, and along with Michael Myers' Halloween. So I mean, I think if you didn't watch this growing up and you watch it now, it might look like low quality, straight to TV type of movie, and it might seem like that. But if you haven't seen it, that's probably what you're gonna.
I didn't see it growing up. I saw it not too long ago, and you're right. Like, it's a good, enjoyable Halloween, lighthearted movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't find anything to complain about it, and it was quite enjoyable.
Okay. Now, were you interested enough to watch the second one?
I haven't seen the second one, but if you're saying it's good, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The movie came out in the 90s.
93.
Yeah, came out in 93. We're suggesting movies that came out in the 70s, the 30s. When you watch a movie for the first time, you have to kind of think about like the time it came out in, who it was aimed for, and also like what people consider scary back then. Like now we have Hereditary, Midsummer, you know what I mean, stuff like that. That's like a lot more darker than The Invisible Man, you know what I mean? Which actually is my suggestion for an older, like, black and white horror film. So for my slasher, I went with Halloween. And then for, like, my classic horror, I go with The Invisible Man, because I really appreciate the technology. I love the Invisible Man, like his dialogue, his laugh, and just seeing like the tricks they use, to make the.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoy it. It's a fun movie, and it really holds up.
Yeah, that's one of the, I don't mean to be like hyperbolic, but I was kind of blown away with the special effects for when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that movie, the old black and white one, definitely watch it.
That was in like the 30s or 40s?
It's incredible.
It
like,
definitely wasn't in the 50s.
The fact that
30s
it was
or 40s.
that old, yeah.
Yeah. So, how about Hollow Man, the Kevin Bacon movie?
I don't remember that one.
Oh, Hollow Man. Yeah.
Hollow Man, yeah, that's like basically like the remake. They just called it something else. It's Hollow Man.
Yeah, I saw that when it came out. I saw it as a
It's
little
been
kid,
a long
so,
time,
like,
yeah.
when I saw it back then, I thought like it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was alright at the
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was alright. It was alright. Brian, do you have any other titles, recommendations?
I do, but since you just mentioned like a black and white one that I didn't tell you beforehand, if you're gonna watch like an old black and white one, I recommend Bride of Frankenstein. It's a fun movie.
I just recently saw that.
It's a fun movie, yeah. Well, it should be called Bride of Frankenstein's Monster, but
yeah, we get it.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. You should definitely watch it. Like, I didn't see it outside not too long ago for the first time, and I really enjoyed it.
It's not even that long.
It's definitely not long at all.
It's like a bit over an hour.
Yeah, definitely a watch.
And it's on Peacock.
Is it really?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I have the Universal Horror like collection where I have all those DVDs, but
I do want to rewatch, or I do want to watch The Invisible Man.
I have, that's a good one too.
But Bryan Frankenstein, and I know the original Frankenstein is on Peacock because I just recently saw it.
All right, so my next one is the genre is science fiction horror, and I'm gonna go with probably the best science fiction horror, Alien. You're stuck in the middle of space in this old like cargo rig spaceship, and you got a xenomorph in there. Like, it's such a good movie.
Was it 1979?
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver, still probably the best. Like, what do you call those? Like those female.
The Scream Queen or something?
Yeah. I wouldn't even
icon.
call her that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's like really gritty,
Yeah.
but she kind of like started that off, right?
Yeah.
It's such a good horror movie. I was that's my science fiction horror movie. If you haven't seen Alien, don't think it's anything like the other Alien movies, like Aliens, like what was that, Michael Bay?
No, James Cameron.
James Cameron, my bad. Yeah, it's nothing like that. It's Ridley Scott. It's freaking good. It's well done. All the actors are really good in it. If you think it's slow paced, well, I'm sorry, but yeah, you should definitely watch that
Yeah,
one.
it got Sigourney Weaver's only Oscar nomination.
Oh, cool.
I think it might have been the first sci-fi acting nomination that I can think of. I can't think. Maybe there was, but I can't think of any of those.
That's
Oh wait,
impressive.
no. I'm talking about acting. Acting, yeah.
That's impressive. You know that. But yeah,
oh wait,
that's cool.
no. It was never mind. It was Alec Guinness.
Oh, Star
He
Wars.
got an Oscar nomination, but anyways,
Okay. Yeah.
first female.
There you
I
go.
should say sci-fi.
American.
And it's
Yeah.
a leading role too, which is like kind of hard to get for the Academy to get a sci-fi.
Who's that guy that was in Big Love? He was the
Bill Paxton?
prophet. No, the prophet. No, that's Aliens.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Alien.
Who played Roman Grant?
Yeah.
I don't know the
He was
actor's
really good
name.
in that
He
one.
died not too long ago, but yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he's in.
It's funny that he was in the first one and then Bill Paxton was in the
Right,
second
yeah,
one because
yeah.
if you watch Big Love, whatever. That's a tangent. Never mind.
All right.
Yeah, but that's my sci-fi horror.
Okay, so for this little stream here, I kind of wanted to throw in a lot of kid Halloween movies that I kind of grew up with.
Okay.
So this is my next one here, and that's Casper.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's Casper. So I saw this movie
Ah,
in
that's a good
theaters. I
one.
was like a little kid, and I love this movie.
Yeah,
I recently rewatched it, and I can tell it's a kids movie.
for sure.
But again, it's very Halloweeny. It's set in Maine. There's like this typical haunted mansion house or whatever. Christina Ricci's in it. The best president ever was in it. Bill Pullman. You know, the uncle ghosts, they're a little too much, but it's a kids movie, whatever. The score is not too bad. Like I like the score a bit.
Who scored it?
I don't know the guy's name. It's not like your typical
Okay.
ones, but I like it. It's very kid Halloweeny, and it's set during Halloween time. So Casper, damn, I'm gonna do this again. It's on Peacock. You guys seen this movie, right?
Of course, we had
Yeah.
the VHS growing. We watched it over and over. It's definitely like even now, it's like a comfort movie to watch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Yeah. Like watching it now, I still enjoy it. Christina Ricci was really good in it. Yeah, it's a good pick.
And
I
I
totally forgot about that.
and I just saw something on the new. Well, I don't know on the news, but online there was a story that I guess Christina Ricci was talking shit on
On who?
Devon Sawa,
Who's that?
the actor who plays the human Casper.
Oh.
Remember at the end when
Yeah,
he like
that's what
turned into a
mentioned
boy?
He was
Oh, were
in.
you?
He was in
Final Destination.
Little Giants or whatever.
Was he?
Yeah, he was in Little
I
Giants.
don't think I ever saw that movie actually.
Yeah, he was in that one. He was a quarterback in that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I think you pronounced the name Devon
So
Sawa.
what was she saying about him?
She was saying that like his acting was like bad or weak or something like that.
Ah, yeah, he's just like one of those teen heart throbs or whatever you call him.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess so. Yeah, but I mean, she was a
They didn't
teenager
cast him
too,
for his acting.
But it's funny how they just like came out like today or yesterday. Or
She was just like brought up out of nowhere, or was
I don't
somebody
know.
else?
Like, did somebody question either him or her? I don't know exactly how.
I wonder what his response is. Like, hey, what's that?
He came with a response today.
He did?
I don't remember what it was.
Let's
though,
find
but
out.
I'm probably talking some other shit like you weren't good yourself either. Some shit like that.
No, he'd be wrong. She was really good in that.
Yeah. So Casper is one of those little movies.
Maybe she like shot her shot with him, and he like turned her down. and
Maybe.
she resented him till today.
All right. So let's see here. Anything else, Ivan or Bryan?
Yeah, I got one. I compare these two. So Alien, and when I think of Alien, like anything remotely close to it, The Thing.
Ooh.
Both great scores. I freaking love both movies. I'm excited whenever somebody tells me they haven't seen either Alien or The Thing.
John Carpenter.
Yeah, it's one of those movies like I want to watch for the first time again. The best thing about it, The Thing, the score. So freaking good. And you know, it got a fucking Razzie. It got nominated for Razzie for the soundtrack or the score. Yeah. So that's how you know the Razzies are, pretty bad too.
Okay. Yeah, that was in 1980, I think. With I was gonna say Russell Crowe.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I confuse those two a lot.
You got 2 John Carpenter movies here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big John Carpenter fan. So, well, speaking about that, how about John Carpenter's Vampires?
That was gonna be one of my vampire genre movies. I'm telling you, all my movies are not good. They're
Right.
they're just movies I enjoy watching.
Yeah.
And John Carpenter's Vampire is one of the movies, like
I like that, right?
James Woods.
James was his
Say what you want about him. He was great in that movie.
He was hilarious in that
Yeah,
movie.
he was hilarious in that movie. Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes he was supposed to be, and sometimes he wasn't supposed to be. Fine.
And yeah,
Go ahead.
figure out which is which.
Yeah, because it's just like it's always like fucking up the priest, just like hitting him or talking shit and fucking kicking him and all.
His
this shit.
glasses, sunglasses. I wish you had like a image of it so we could put up right now. But
Yeah, I didn't think.
I love his shades in that
Vampires. So you
movie.
just guys brought up John Carpenter twice already.
Yeah.
And then what was the other thing about that? Oh yeah, when he like blows up, they blow up like a house.
He's walking
and then
away.
He's walking, all fucking.
It's one of the
Oh,
best.
yeah.
It's one of the best. Walk away from the explosion without looking at it.
I
Scene.
don't know. When he's walking away, he looks like he's walking on like a really bumpy road. He's like stumbling and shit. Like
That's why it's cool. Like, yeah, he's all over the place in that one. Like if another good one's from Dusk Till Dawn, but I would go with John Carpenter's Vampire. Like in terms of enjoying watching it. Yeah.
Most of those movies you just said like are movies I watched recently. And
Oh, you have? I haven't seen them in a
and I was
while.
like, oh my god, these movies are terrible. Vampires.
Just enjoy it.
I know. Vampires, I think is no, it's not. At least for Dusk Till Dawn, it has like that. If you don't tell anybody what they're watching,
hmm
it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, you got the band playing a human torso as a bass at some point later in the movie.
Actually, when I was watching it again, I didn't get past that because I was.
Oh, you stopped watching it?
Yeah, I was like, God damn, this is pretty.
You got
bad.
your fill with Salma Hayek, and you're like, I'm good.
I do like the beginning of it with where it's just
Clooney.
Like where it's just like a violent like
It's very Quentin
criminals
Tarantino.
just freaking
Mhm.
like on the run. It's pretty cool.
Kidnapping a family.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. And then when he gets to the vampires, okay, so John Carpenter's Vampires and From Dusk Till Dawn are movies I really enjoyed when I was a little kid. I thought they were so cool about like taking on vampires the way they do, but to me they don't hold up. If I was gonna go with a vampire movie, what's it called? Let the Right One In.
Oh, okay. The original or the remake?
The original.
Oh, okay. I've only seen the. I only saw the remake.
The remake's pretty good too, but the original one's really great.
Okay.
Something tells me you're not gonna like my next pick. If you're not liking any of mine right now.
I do like your picks.
All right.
Wait, but going back to, kind of vampire movies.
Blade.
No, I mean I know it's a vampire-ish movie, but it's more like comic.
Yeah, it's not horror at all.
comic
Super.
book,
Yeah.
so- no, the Bram
Stoker.
Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman
Yeah. Oh my god.
and Keanu Reeves with his
Gary Oldman
attempt
was so good in that.
to a
movie.
British accent or whatever. That movie is kind of creepy. I do like watching that.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it, right?
Mhm.
I think we watched it at one time.
Yeah.
You've seen that, Evan?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I read the book and I've seen the
it's,
movie. It's really
Francis Ford Coppola movie.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I know I haven't seen it. I just remember seeing the promotions or the shots of Gary Oldman.
You're a big Gary Oldman fan. You should definitely watch
Yeah.
it.
I will watch it
Because he's the best part.
Yeah,
of
I
the
will
movie.
watch it. My book list for October. I have 4 of them. So it's Frankenstein, Dracula, The Shining and the Doctor's Wait, what's it called? Doctor Sleep.
Doctor Sleep.
Doctor Sleep, yeah.
Yeah, the sequel
those
to
are my
The
4
Shining.
books for October that I'm planning on reading. And besides The Shining, I haven't seen like those movies.
Well, The
Oh,
Shining
okay.
is very obviously, as you guys know, The Shining book and the movie are completely different.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
still plan on reading it.
Yeah.
So
Not-
I do plan on watching the. What year did the first Dracula? Not Nosferatu. The 1930.
Oh, the
Oh, the Universal one?
Yeah, the Universal one.
40s.
I think 1931 or 2.
Yeah, I'm planning on
Maybe 31.
watching
Bela
that one
Lugosi?
and Bram Stoker's.
Right, that was Bela
Dracula.
Lugosi.
I really like Bram Stoker Dracula. It's a great movie. It's
Yeah,
very
Carol
creepy.
is-
The score is great.
Yeah, the makeup looks really good.
Yeah.
Speaking of those movies you
mentioned.
mentioned, The Shining is definitely one you should watch, but it's not on my list.
It's on my list.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Well, might as well talk about it now. The Shining.
The Shining.
Super fucking beautiful movie.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, like watching the opening scene of the helicopter?
It's a
over
helicopter
the
shot.
lake?
Yeah, very unsettling.
So
The music.
freaking beautiful. Such a great movie. It's one of those movies that maybe people overanalyze, and I think for me, Stanley Kubrick's that's my favorite.
I love
Stanley Kubrick movie.
overanalyzing it though. And it doesn't take anything away. I think it adds to it.
That's why it's to me it's a must watch every year
Mhm.
because you look for the stuff you know about already, and then you're trying to think of other stuff you heard about, or you're trying to think of your own things. But it's a great movie.
Yeah, I think it is my favorite Stanley Kubrick movie, The Shining.
Okay.
Maybe,
It's up there for me,
Maybe
yeah.
also my favorite Jack Nicholson movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best directed, best acting in a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Shining, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
All right. So, any other, Brian?
I have one more movie and the series.
Oh, what's your series? We haven't talked about any. Besides The Simpsons, what other series?
My horror series that I recommend this Halloween season is Midnight Mass by Mike Flanagan. So I enjoy everything Mike Flanagan does. He has a couple of series before this one on Netflix. It was Haunting of Hill House and the Bly Manor one. Both of them are good. I like Haunting of Hill House better. That was the first one. But Midnight Mass is just amazing. The acting in it is really good. Everyone in it is like all the performances were really good. The way it was shot and the twists and turns and like the connection to like the Bible and religion.
Yeah. How they use some of the things of the Bible, and they kind of like interpret it to something else. 'Cause it's
Without
just-
going
it's
into
just-
spoilers,
right,
exactly. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's what it says in the Bible. So,
He's an angel. Yeah.
yes. So
It's so good.
it's a very slow burn,
Okay, yeah.
but yeah, it was actually on my list too.
Oh, really?
So it's
Okay,
one
awesome.
and so when you mentioned, I was like, oh, that was nice.
Awesome. Yeah. I've seen it a couple of times, like rewatched it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen it once, and I really enjoyed it. All the complaints I heard from people, slow burn, some of the dialogue scenes went on way too long. I disagree with them.
100%.
Like, I disagree with it. I freaking loved every moment of it.
I think it was like a couple episodes too short. I think you could have fit in a couple more episodes. Like it wasn't slow for me at all.
I always remember that scene when they're talking about when you die, like the
Oh yeah, when he's
explanation.
explaining.
And I was like, yes.
That's exactly.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
what I
yeah.
think too.
Oh yeah, it's just your body. I don't know if we should go into like the spoilers of it, but the scene where the main character, the guy who's having like alcohol and he's going back to his old town, he's talking to his old fling about what happens after you die, and they're having like a kind of like a religious debate on what happens after you die, and he goes on this monologue, and I could rewatch it because I think a lot of people feel the same way he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, so it's a great show. It's definitely one of those shows where you feel the passion and the love for what they're working on, because everything about the show, great quality. The acting, the writing, the lighting, everything,
yeah.
the editing,
yeah.
everything is perfect in the show. I really enjoy it. I only saw it one time, but maybe next season I'll check it out. What's the
Mike
creator?
Flanagan?
Mike Flanagan. So for me, it's I'd go with for Halloween season, I go with Haunting of Hill House.
It was so good too.
Yeah, it's so good. But my favorite part of watching it, rewatching it, is looking for the ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like 80 ghosts or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're just like in like. So you keep watching
Just scattered around.
Yeah, they'll just be like, sometimes they're like it's really hard to see, and there's other times where they're so freaking obvious.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? There's a ghost right there, you know. So that's something really fun to do, especially if you're watching it with like your family or a significant other. One of you two will catch it, and you guys can rewind and watch it and see how creepy it is. That's a great one to rewatch it or watch the first time.
He goes into the same tropes with Haunting of Hill House and Midnight Mass, where somebody has like addictive problems and they're trying to deal with that too. Mm-hmm. So that's another like there's a trope that they use in both those.
Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan, yeah.
He was born in Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh wow.
Cool.
We're talking about his shows. Also watch his movies. Like he did the sequel to Ouija. Like the first Ouija was terrible. The sequel was called Ouija Origins, which
that was
is kind
the
of
one
like a
set in the
prequel.
50s, right?
Yeah, it was like a 70s, I think, wasn't it? 50s? I don't know. I think it was 70s or something. But that one is really good.
Yeah, it is.
Hush, was that what it's called? Yeah. I mean, he uses the same actresses and all. He actually, you're talking about the Shining sequel, Doctor Sleep.
Uh-huh.
He did the movie,
Oh.
Doctor Sleep. Yeah, he directed that one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Mm. Big fan of him.
Yeah, I did like Doctor Sleep.
Oculus too. He did Oculus.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right. Any titles for you, Ivan?
Not really.
Okay, so going back to the little Halloween, more like kid type of movies or whatever. This movie called Monster House.
Ooh.
It's very Halloweeny. It's actually kind of dark.
Steven Spielberg.
I think he has something with something. Maybe like an executive producer or something
Yeah.
like that. But he has a lot of titles that he executive produced that he puts his name on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool little animated movie, kids, but it is pretty dark. It is kind of I don't want to say kind of violent, but it's just dark.
It's dark.
That's
It's
the best I can
funny.
explain it.
It's fun.
Considering it's a kids movie and it's
The
nice and
animation
short.
was really good too.
Yeah, it's a Sony animation.
Yeah.
It's like one of the first ones that they did. So it's kind of cool to watch during Halloween. I've seen it once or twice. No, a couple times during Halloween season. And for kids, if you don't want it to be too crazy horror, obviously this is animated, so it's targeted at kids, but adults will like it too because, like I said, it's kind of dark. So it's pretty cool. Have you guys seen Monster
Of course, I
House?
saw it in theaters.
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't even watch it in theaters. I saw it after it came out.
Yeah, they take you into the
In,
town, and
VHS or DVD.
the town's very like Halloweeny too. Like it's very like fall, autumn like feel to it. Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, I love the whole premise of it, that it's, the house,
Yeah.
itself. That's really cool. Usually it's some monster or something, so it really gives you that those thoughts that you had back when you were a kid, like the house itself is evil. That's really cool. I like that.
So, the movie that we have not talked about today, which is kind of like the typical one, I'm trying to go away from that, but I think we can't really ignore this movie. Of course, The Exorcist. At this point, The Exorcist is kind of like the cliche thing now, to say that this is the best horror movie or this is the Halloween movie for you to watch or whatever. But I thought this 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. Because I do think this is probably the best horror movie or the scariest horror movie. I think the last time I watched it, maybe it was a couple years ago. Have you seen this movie,
recently, Bryan?
I have. Yeah, I watch it pretty often. It's not only my favorite horror movie; it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
William
it's great.
Friedkin, somebody that's not known for horror movies. He did like The French Connection. Yeah, he knocked it out of the park with this movie. And if you look at like stuff that happened behind the scenes, there was a lot of ass kicking that went down, where it led to like a lot of good performances, and just the final product was great because of who was on the helm. William Friedkin, he was kicking ass. He had the author of the book write the script for the movie,
that's right. Yeah.
William Peter Blatty. And then the special effects was amazing when you go from Max von Sydow. Fuck, I forget his name.
Oh, I know what
Max
you're talking about.
von
I'm not even
Sydow.
trying to
Max
attempt
von
that.
Sydow. He was not an old man, and they made him look like an old man.
Yeah.
Until recently, I didn't know he wasn't that old.
Right.
They sold me. So you go from something where with delicate features of like an old man to something completely distorted, where you take like a young girl and you take all the innocence away from her, and you make her into a demon. Like, that's some crazy special effects that went into that practical
It's a
effects.
great horror movie. And a lot of The Exorcist, a lot of movies related to exorcism, it all come back to this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been some other movies that came out afterwards that, people, new generations probably like it more when they try to go back and watch The Exorcism. I think it's boring or slow or whatever, but this is the one that started it all, and it is still a great horror movie, and I think it's probably the scariest movie, at least that I've encountered myself. So, then I know you've seen this movie, right?
Of course, I have many times. This movie has scenes that pop into my head like randomly, like once a week probably, like the Spinal Tap scene, the scene where the mom's asking about an exorcism. Like, so many great scenes in this movie. The thing about this movie that's so freaking good is that when you watch it for the first time as a little kid, you're scared the whole time. Even when there's nothing scary going on, you're scared about what's gonna happen next. Like, I wish I could go back and watch it for the first time again. See how, because I know people, like, when it first came out, the adults were scared as much too. Yeah. We saw it when we were little. We were really young. Yeah. This movie was terrifying as hell. I remember, like, freaking, I forgot where I was sitting on the couch, but I was like, somebody sit on this side of me, that way there's, like, I'm between people. Like, I was so scared of watching it in the middle of the room with everybody. And there's not, like, jump scares in it. It's just terrifying just watching on screen, like, as they're having a conversation.
Yeah, I would also recommend read the book, but William Peter Blatty actually read the book. So if you can get the audio book for The Exorcist,
okay.
William Peter Blatty does all the voices really, 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 really good. Especially the detective. He does the voice for him really good. But yeah, listen to the audiobook for it. There's a lot of stuff that's not in the movie, obviously, but it's really good.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything else. We haven't talked about this movie. I know we brought it up at one point. Hereditary. So this is a horror movie that came out not too long ago compared to like The Exorcist and some of the other titles we've talked about. Hereditary is, I think, a movie everyone needs to watch, especially if you're a big horror fan or if you want to watch it during Halloween. Some people would say that it is moments of slow burn too, but the least you know about this movie, I suppose, is probably better for you. I think Toni Collette does a great performance.
She got snubbed
as the wife. Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
I thought she would at least get nominated. I wouldn't expect the Academy to actually give her the win for Best Actress in this movie, but I thought she would at least get nominated, and she was completely snubbed. So.
Yeah, acting in horror movies is like the Rodney Dangerfield of the Academy Awards. They don't get respect. No respect at all.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, The Exorcist got like 10 Oscar nominations. And
Yeah.
that was like the first time probably. I don't even think Psycho got Oscar nominations.
Yeah, the little girl got nominated to Linda Blair.
Yeah, Linda Blair.
She didn't win it, but yeah, she got
And I
nominated.
don't think Hereditary got a single Oscar nomination. But
How
it's
many did Sixth Sense get?
Sixth Sense. It got like 6 nominations. But it's debatable. It's technically a horror movie or not. It could be more like a suspense thriller. I guess.
Another good Halloween movie to watch,
Oh,
Sixth Sense.
shit, that's a horror movie.
I don't find it as I don't see it as a horror movie.
I disagree.
Fucking seeing dead fucking people is not a horror. Okay.
Meh.
Okay.
But so Hereditary. It's what's the name of the filmmaker? I always forget his name.
Oh, brother.
Because he directed that and wrote. Anyways, so that filmmaker did recently, or not recently, but the last one he made was Midsummer. Okay, there you go. That one I didn't think was as good. Although, would you consider that one a horror?
Yeah.
Would you consider that a horror, right?
Yes. Midsummer, yeah. If you're going into it like expecting something like Hereditary, you are gonna not find that, but it's still a good movie. I think it's kind of a horror, yeah. Ari Aster.
Oh, Ari Aster. Okay, there you go. Ari Aster. We had to look it up, but Ari Aster. So yeah, Hereditary, a great horror movie to watch if you haven't seen that. Let's see here. Trying to see if there's anything else I might have missed.
I have one. It's probably one that you guys won't like, but I have an obligatory Child's Play movie, and it's Child's Play 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. I knew you won't like it, but I enjoy it. It's a fun horror movie. Yeah. I mean, obviously you could say Child's Play 1, 2, Bride of Chucky. Those are better, obviously, but I mean, I watched it when I was younger, and I enjoyed watching it, and I would rewatch it. So if you haven't seen that movie, give it a chance. Don't expect too much, and get some popcorn and just enjoy it.
Yeah, it's good. It just doesn't has really stupid parts. But,
Of course.
Yeah. I would go with Child's Play 1. I
Of
go
course.
with that one because I enjoy like how long it takes for you to even see Chucky moving on screen. Especially watching it for the first time. It's one of those movies where you hear about it, and when the first time you watch it, it's really cool seeing like, oh, that's how he moves in this scene. Oh, somebody in the costume in this scene. It's cool seeing how they did it.
When it comes to Child's Play, I'm gonna say the sequel, Child's Play 2, and Bride of Chucky. Although Bride of Chucky is more of a comedy.
It's hilarious.
Oh, well, not compared to Seed of Chucky.
Oh yeah.
Seed of Chucky was a straight up comedy.
Seed of Chucky, I didn't like that movie at all.
No, nobody did.
I only watched it once when it came out in theaters. But Bride of Chucky, I did like. I did rewatch many times.
Actually, so weird.
But it is more of a comedy, or I guess it's a mixture of comedy and horror. But
Yeah.
Seed of Chucky, like you said, is like just all fucking comedy. That was not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like that when I saw that one. That was like one of the first. I want to say it might be the first movie I saw in theaters as an R-rated film. Because I was still under age still, but I was able to get in there and watch that. So that's how I remember Bride of Chucky specifically. But yeah, it's just entertaining. It's funny. It's got everything I want for a Chucky movie. So
Yeah, I didn't want to go with the obvious movies. Obviously, Scream 1 would have been the better option. Child's Play 1, 2, Bride of Chucky would have been better options. What was another one that I picked that was not probably the best option? Zombie movie 28 Days Later would have been a better one. But I just picked ones that were fun, that I haven't seen in a while, that most people probably haven't seen. Give these movies a chance. You might enjoy them.
any other ones, Ivan, that you
So for my family-friendly, seasonal Halloween movie, I'd go with Nightmare Before Christmas. Although to me, it's more Christmas than a Halloween movie, but
Is that gonna start a debate over here?
It's a Halloween movie.
no, it's a Christmas movie.
It's Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas in the title.
When it was re-released, they released it in October, not in December.
Because they know people would go watch it in both.
Because it's a Halloween movie.
No, it's a Christmas movie. It has a Christmas message. It's
So
not
there's
a
a
Halloween message. It's a Christmas message.
So that debate is always going to come up when it comes to this movie. I even put a poll on my Instagram page, the movie canon. I put, The Nightmare Before Christmas, is it a Halloween movie or is it a Christmas movie? And I swear to God, the results were 50-50. So I can see it being a Christmas movie. I can see that too, but I would watch it during Halloween.
Because it comes first, or because it's more of a Halloween movie?
I used to wait to watch Night Before Christmas in Christmas time. But then everybody's like, I can watch it 2 times a year. So it fits the season. So
Yeah, that's good, watching it twice.
yeah. I watch it twice now. Halloween and Christmas. I enjoy it more during Christmas.
You've seen the movie, right, Bryan?
I've seen it a couple of times. Yeah.
So is it a Halloween or a
Well,
Christmas?
you go to Disneyland and Haunted Mansion. If you go during the Halloween season, they have the same theme. You go during Christmas time, they have the same theme too for Nightmare Before Christmas. So, if you ask Disneyland, they're gonna say it's 50-50. I'm gonna give you the politician answer and say it's both.
So it's both. Actually, I'm going to put a poll later about, again, is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie
Nah, I don't trust your
or a
polls.
Christmas movie?
It's Gallup to do the polls. I'm not trusting you.
So there you go.
All right.
Any other titles that we want to talk about before we close tonight?
Yeah, let me say I had one on mine.
This is good podcasting. Let's give him a second.
Then let me see if there's anything else.
Yeah, I think
Okay, while you think it over, we talked about The Exorcist. Exorcist 2 is trash, obviously, but Exorcist 3 is a good mystery thriller movie.
I've been hearing that movie's actually has a resurgence or something.
Well,
Exorcist 3, right?
Exorcist
The third
3,
one.
yeah. That's actually the William Peter Blatty. That's his sequel to the first one. He didn't write the second Exorcist movie.
Oh, okay.
The one he did write was Exorcist, the third book. So that's his direct sequel to the first one. So you can completely skip the second Exorcist movie, go straight to the third one. George C. Scott plays the detective in this one, and he's really good in it. Yeah, Patton. Yeah. He replaced Lee J. Cobb.
I've seen it, but I was younger.
Yeah.
And
No, rewatch
I was
it.
comparing it to the original.
No, watch it as like a thriller, like a mystery thriller movie. You're gonna enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it
And
since
knowing
then,
that the author wrote that one too, you might see it differently.
You've seen the third one?
Parts of it on TV. I haven't seen all of it. I was judging it based on it's a sequel. It's not going to be as good. I do remember seeing when I was younger, there was a marathon of the sequels, and ever since then, when I was little, I hated. I thought all sequels are terrible, especially if the first one's considered a masterpiece. I think I remember now. My last option, Nightmare on Elm Street. Terrifying movie. It scares the hell out of you, especially if it's the first time you ever hear the concept of you get killed in your sleep. Michael Myers, somebody comes into your house. Freaking Leatherface, you go to someplace you're not supposed to go. Everyone's gotta sleep.
Don't go to Camp Crystal Lake. Avoid these areas.
Yeah.
But you can't avoid sleep.
Yeah, you fall asleep anywhere. Fall asleep in class, fall asleep at home. That's really terrifying, especially when you're a little kid.
Is there What would be your favorite Nightmare on Elm Street sequel?
Oh shit. Oh, I would go with. I don't know, maybe it's cheating a little bit. Freddy vs. Jason.
I was gonna say that one.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie.
I think Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah,
also.
Yeah. I
great
was gonna say that
action.
one.
Something I didn't expect. The action, the final fight. So.
And
freaking
you
good.
wouldn't think that two horror icons could like go so well together, but they really pulled it off with like the storyline that they used for how they're in the same universe. Like
Mhm.
it was executed pretty well.
Yeah, it was. So for like Jason, I'd go with. I really enjoyed Friday the 13th Part 2. It has my favorite. What's it called? Like the final girl circuit. You know, where they always run around at the very end where they find all the dead bodies. Has my favorite circuit, and it has some really good shots in it. I was pretty surprised when I was watching it. That's kind of up there. He's still not with the hockey mask, but that's a good Jason movie, especially if you haven't seen it, because some people have seen like the newer ones.
Oh, that's the one where he has like the sack on his head.
it's got the
Yeah,
sack
that was
on
a good
it.
one.
And so I think
The
that's
third
I think it's underrated.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, so any other last final ones here? Well, actually, we're talking about Jason. How about Jason X?
Yeah, Jason X.
That was a fun movie.
That's a good one to watch. If you're having a party, all your friends are watching it, and let's say maybe it's not the first time you're watching it.
We did that one, didn't we?
Yeah, watch it with drinks, with your friends, family.
Shout out to Cho.
Yeah, have fun. Have fun while watching it, and then, oh my god, I remember watching it when I was younger, thinking like, this movie's so freaking stupid, and then now realizing like, oh wait,
That was the point.
that was the point. So if you think about that, then you'll enjoy it more.
Did you watch that in theaters?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We
We saw it with Danny and Sumo. Yeah.
I think I was supposed to go watch it with you guys, but
Yeah.
I couldn't go to. I think I couldn't come here to this area. So.
Yeah, I remember that.
One movie you showed me recently. It's like a brand, like a really very recent X.
Oh, X.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Another A24 movie.
So you liked X, Brian?
When I watched it, I wasn't like fully paying attention to it, but thinking back on it now, like I think I need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And I think I would really like it again.
I thought it was alright.
No,
Right.
that's the thing about it. Like, yeah, when I first saw it the first time, I thought it was alright. I really enjoyed the kills. It's fucking dark, so make sure you watch it at night and turn off all the lights. Have a good TV. But it's definitely a movie that you enjoy, you appreciate way more the second time you watch it.
When I finished watching it, I had that feeling where I was like, okay, I kind of want to rewatch it now.
Yeah, because
I'm looking forward to rewatching
yeah, I told you
it.
a few of the things that you might have missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Rewatch
That
it.
might put off a lot of people, but give it a shot. Yeah.
All right. So I think we're good, unless you guys want to add any last final ones. But I think we're
Next
good for
year.
this Halloween horror talk. I mean, I'm gonna try to do a little bit more Halloween streams this month. I don't know exactly when or what the topic would be. I might do a Halloween Ends review next week, maybe. We'll see about that. But I do want to add more Halloween content on the channel, the Movie Canon. And so follow the page, Instagram. Again, it's at the Movie Canon. There's also Twitter at the Movie Canon. And don't forget, we have the Funko Pop giveaway. So it's Oogie Boogie, the black light version. That's why it's all kind of green. So that's the giveaway. Go to the Instagram page or even the description section of this video for details on how to enter and how to win. Obviously, you have to be a Movie Canon subscriber or an Instagram follower. And I'll activate the giveaway once I get at least 15 entries. So if I only get like 2, I'm not going to do the whole giveaway thing. But I usually have been getting at least 10 or 15 or even more entries for these giveaways. So that's the next one, Oogie Boogie. You guys voted for it, at least on my Instagram page. Again, follow me on Instagram subscribe to this channel for more content, future giveaways, and so on. More live streams are coming. And I did record a lot of my Universal Horror Nights, the mazes, so I might actually include that in the channel, hopefully this month, hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so before Halloween ends. No pun intended with the movie coming out next week. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Bryan and Ivan, for joining me today as the movie canon movie council for tonight for this Halloween horror talk, Halloween special. This was our Halloween movie series watch guide for 2022. So again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening, if you only listen to this. And I'll talk to you guys, and I'll see you guys later.